I have 4 cups of flour here and 1 tablespoon of salt. Then I just put it on my.
Really just reminded me that maybe I should do a recording. So is everyone okay with us record this session?
Yes.
Okay, I will start recording. Thank you, Lily.
And I'm gonna just use warm tap water, 1.5 cups. Just add gradually add the water. At the low speed. Can you guys hear me?
You need to speak louder because
Is it?
it's noisy.
Okay. So we're gonna mix this for about like 2-3 minutes. 1.25 cup warm water. You just mix it with the hook beater for about 2-3 minutes.
Okay, you can talk now.
Sorry, just the seed.
Okay, you can talk now.
Okay. So we got this dough, something like this.
Show to her that side.
It's not sticky. It's it's pliable, and just leave it in the bowl. And I usually cover it with a wet towel. And we let the dough sit for half an hour. So we're gonna just leave this for half an hour. And after half an hour, we'll split the dough into like 6 to 8 balls. And with the magic of my snap, we already got it. So this has
Did you
been
say it was a cup of flour? Did you say 1 cup of flour?
4 cups of flour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 4 cups of flour, 1.25 cup of warm water, and 1 tablespoon of salt. So after the dough like sit for half an hour, you split it into 6 to 8 balls, and you let it sit for another half an hour. And after that, you can open roll the dough. Let's clean that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think before we go with the dough, we can do the filling. I usually while waiting. So I have, I said 4 potatoes, but I don't have the big potatoes. I have these tiny little potatoes. So I just boil the potatoes, and I should have done it when it is still warm. I think I need like elbow grease. So I delegate. So we just mash the potatoes a little bit. You got it?
You didn't tell me, otherwise I could make this for you.
I forgot.
Yeah. You see, this is a small potato, so she boiled, and then I was the one who peeled it. Now we have to mash it.
Well, I need some elbow grease. And I don't have parsley, so I'm going to use dill. Is it okay?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to mash it like really fine. So let's.
You should look at here.
Oh, okay. And I have like 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And a tablespoon of red pepper flakes.
Whatever oil?
Pepper flakes.
No, the oil.
Oh, olive oil. Yeah, I use olive oil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and salt and black pepper to taste. So there's a lot of variation on the fillings. I do potatoes because that's the most common, you know, and everybody has potatoes at home. You can also use leek, and you will chop the leeks and stir fry it before using it. So my recipe that I shared says parsley, but since I don't have parsley, I will just use dill.
So basically, whatever you use
Yeah.
is good.
You can use whatever you have at home. You can use spinach or chard. And cheese also one of the very common filling to use. And Turkish people like to use feta cheese as filling. But if you don't like the flavor of feta cheese, you can use what cheese? Mozzarella. Fresh mozzarella goes really well. Okay, so our filling is ready. I'm gonna set this aside. So this one that has been rest for half an hour. So I just put it on the So Chen, who is the Turkish lady you said is watching? So she can jump in and correct me. I don't mind. Because
I just want to point out that the Cassie is cooking video right now, so it's really hot.
so I am new too with this, yeah. So you just like open this with rolling pin, and you can. I have an olive oil ready here, so once in a while I will just splash with olive oil.
How big are you going to make that?
It's really big.
Like what size big?
You're gonna stretch it until it's really thin. So it's very pliable. So basically you're just gonna stretch it until it's paper thin.
Okay.
I think Anna is doing as well, right?
Yeah, I have my dough. That's why I was asking how thin I need to roll
Yeah.
it.
Well, you can roll it until, you know, you cannot roll it with a rolling pin. I usually maybe the size of like 10 or 12 inches, and then just start stretching it from middle.
We'll see how it goes.
And then you can put more oil. And then once it is, you know, once the middle is already stretched thin, then you just like keep stretching it. So don't be afraid, it's not gonna break. Oops, I have holes here.
You jinx yourself. You said don't be afraid it
Yeah,
won't
don't be
break,
afraid.
and you just
Well,
did
this
it.
dough has set like a little bit too long. We can do some patchwork. It's okay. Did you see how it becomes like a thin as you stretch it?
Yeah, it looks really thin.
I think I need to work on my technique. It is not round.
That's okay. It can be free shape, free form.
Good.
Because you're gonna roll it anyways at the end, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Mine is not round either.
I just want to point out that Saria gave you a look that seems like she totally approved your technique.
She can jump in and fix me. I'm serious. I won't be offended.
I can't do it these days, you know?
Is she? Is that Sharia? Hi.
Hi. I never try it, but I want to try it. It looks easy. I don't know.
I was very intimidated in the beginning, but I thought, let me try it. And I it's calming playing with dough, especially for, our situation nowadays.
Normally it's this kind of borek is my husband do it.
Oh, thank you. I will have my husband learn.
I haven't heard about that. I didn't hear that.
Well, actually, for those of you who feel a little bit intimidated, you can start using the ready phyllo dough.
Yeah.
Then
I use this one.
yeah, that will work too. But of course, the fresh one is better, as always.
Yeah, of course.
And there are many different ways people use to roll this. So I am showing one of the ways, that the easiest one. So I have the filling here.
Hi.
So you just put the filling on one side.
Yeah, this one I just put on one side and then just roll it. And then on the second, I will show a different way of doing this. And then I just roll it, make it like flour. And put it on a parchment paper lined baking dish. And I will show another way. So Borek, I think from what I read, it was made popular during the Ottoman. And it's probably even before the Ottoman, during the Roman. I don't know, the Turkish people here can correct me if I'm wrong. But, so there are so many variations of Borek. They call it like water Borek. They call cigarette Borek, which is very, very common in every household. It's an appetizer, right? And then
Water Borek.
yeah, water Borek. There is roast Borek, and they have so many different kind of fillings. Whatever you can imagine. You can put ground beef, ground chicken. But what is the most common one? Feta cheese, right?
Cheese is
yeah.
the most
Cheese
common.
and spinach.
Yeah.
I mean, bakery is very big thing in Turkey. In some part of country, more important signature food than the other part, but overall is very important food for us. And even when I went to Europe last summer, I heard that the word croissant came from a Turkish history. So when Ottomans were in Eastern Europe, so they were making this croissant. They didn't know, of course, what the name is. So French and the Italian learned how to make it, and they said, "Oh, it looks like this crescent moon, like Turkish flag."
Crescent.
So therefore, the name of this croissant came from like a crescent moon. So I never heard that relationship or story. So it was interesting to hear.
And this you can find it, Borek, actually all over Mediterranean, like including North Africa, the Balkan. Like Bosnia is very famous for its Borek too. They call it Bosnian Borek.
Yes, it's Macedonia, Bosnia, it's very famous.
Right, yeah.
Borek.
Well, if you think about it, Ottoman Empire went from all the way from Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, all the way to the Eastern Europe. So wherever this Ottoman Empire went, the food became like a common thing. Now there are so many countries including baklava. Everybody says baklava is Greek, baklava is Turkish, baklava is Syrian, whatever is it. But that's a common culture. It became under Ottoman, so every.
So you see this how you want it like very thin?
We have in Sicily, there's a dish that's a thin dough with spinach and raisins, garlic, and olives rolled just like this.
Oh.
No, it's not this thin. And believe it or not, we call it scotch. I mean, that's what my grandfather called it. I have no idea.
You call it what the word is that?
Scotch. S-C-O-T-C-H.
Oh, scotch.
I have no idea where that name came from, but I can
Oh,
see it.
interesting.
Like this.
It's always interesting to see similar pastries in different culture.
Yes, like in Indonesia, we get a lot of pastries and dishes influenced by the Dutch culture.
And I just want to point out Anna Maria right now is following you, and she does not only following you, she used like a kind of like an engineer drawing. She draw like a circle and a line.
She did.
Really quick because that's
Oh, you have one of those? You know, I saw that on Facebook and I was thinking to get one. Do you like that?
To figure out how big you need it for the pie plate and it keeps it in the right shape. So I think it's good. I can at least help. I divided my dough into 6.
If you, yeah, I divided mine like into 8. I usually 6, but I thought maybe it's easier if you divide it into 8. Make it like smaller. It's easier to work with.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just followed your instructions
Yeah.
and went with it.
So just keep stretching it, Anna Mary.
I'm like, it's pretty pliable.
This will take a lot of potato filling.
No,
This version.
this version. Okay.
oh, so it's the second way to make
Yeah.
this dish. And can I ask, how did you figure out all these ways to
Mrs.
make
Google.
this happen?
Mrs. Google. And also I talked to my sister-in-laws and you know. Okay, now you got this shape and you just make a slit in the middle. Now you got 2 rows. So
So, when did you first start doing the Turkish bakery?
oh, this one is just like probably a month ago. That's what I'm saying. Just excuse me, you know, I'm open to any suggestion to make it easier or better.
But you have started making Turkish bakery a long time
Oh,
ago.
well, no, I have used the ready phyllo dough. Yeah, I have done that like for years, but I have never made the dough by myself.
Well, since she is at home because of the corona, she is trying to learn and develop new techniques, new ways, new products. And I'm the one at home sitting and trying all these things and gaining weight.
So since I'm making this like vegan, I just brush this with olive oil. And actually, if you can use like what they call the egg wash, like egg yolk mixed with a little bit olive oil and yogurt, the appearance will be prettier. It gives this nice shiny golden color after you bake it. And I will.
Peggy just said you did such a nice camera work. It made her really hungry.
And then I put just some sesame seed on top. And voila, it's ready. And then with the magic of my snap, it's already in the oven.
Okay.
So in like about 20 minutes, the one in the oven will be ready. So the class is done
But we haven't seen the final product
in
yet.
20 minutes. If you have a spray bottle, you can just spray bottle, will be easier. And cover it with foil and let it steam a little bit before serving it.
So are you gonna show a close up to them?
Oh, this?
Yeah,
So I should open it?
of course.
Okay.
Let's show a close up.